Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In the previous video, we saw how we can use a GitHub Copilot and we can build a simple to-do application. What is the plan mode in the GitHub Copilot and how we can assign the task to the cloud agent. Okay. In this video, we will be majorly focusing on how we can create an agent and what the agent concept basically is in the Copilot and the general AI term. Okay. So for this one, what I'm going to do, I'm going to build an agent that will be a readme generator. Okay, so the goal of that agent is really simple. It will just read the project context, and based on that it will create a markdown readme file. So as you know, whatever project we do in a GitHub, generally all those have readme file, right? We have to write the proper documentation, right? Like what are the dependencies, what development version you are using, what are the things that you have to take care about, what's included, what's not included, right? All the things we have to write on our own. But for this, we are going to create an agent, and that agent is going to understand the project context and it is going to structure all the things. As you can see here, I have already written a prompt that the goal of this agent to generate a README file based on the project structure and include all the important details for both developer and the end users. This should cover the project detail, dependency versions, project structure, and important code information, setup instruction, and all the related things. Okay. So now the next step is going to be you have to click on create this one. You can search here create agent or not this one. So here create agent and what agent you are going to build. So for this one I will choose the agent mode because it automatically knows based on whatever we have written, right? So I'm not going to make a plan mode because this is not something kind of big project, right? So it's I will just go to the agent mode. When I hit run, then what is going to do is going to create an agent. But there are two things. You can create an agent for this specific workspace, or you can create a global agent. So when I say global agent, that agent can be accessible anywhere, wherever you use the GitHub Copilot and your session. Okay. And if you are building a project specific or workspace specific agent, that agent you can only access within that workspace. So whenever you set up a GitHub repo, whenever you set up a GitHub project, so .github, a kind of file that is hidden, that is generated, and in that file it is going to add everything. Okay, as you can see, the .github file is there, and under that there is a folder called agents. So it added the readme generator MD file. See, this file it is added. So this is the instruction of that agent basically, right? So you see description is there, what is the name of that agent, what tools it can use. I will tell you what these tools means. These are the instructions and this is the output format. If you think that there is something that I have to specifically add it that the Copilot didn't, you are always welcome to do that because it's a readme file, sits on your machine, you can modify it anytime. Okay. So I will not going to make any changes. I will just going to keep it as it is and let's see what kind of output we are getting. So see, created a custom agent file. This is the file. It is now set up. You can read this detail. Like sometimes Copilot asks you some question, right? Whether that file that I've generated is proper or not. Would you like me to add anything, right? So don't just ignore these things. Like when you see that it created a file, don't just go to that file and try using it. Read all the details carefully. Like there might be something that you have to pay attention, right? So now the next thing is what I'm going to do. If you just click on the agent, now you will see those agents here, readme generator. Okay, when I select that agent, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell the Copilot create a readme for this project. So now let's take a look at what the default readme file looks like. So this one, you see, this is the standard file whenever you build any code, this is the one that we get in a boilerplate code, like what is React, how to run this, then ESLint configuration and all. Okay. Now let's see what outcome we get once we use this. So see, when I hit that command, create a readme file, see, it reviewed all the 5 files. It will not going to review each and every one of them because it knows these are the main files like package.json for version dependencies, tsconfigs. Then there are other 8 files. Those are main files, right? App.tsx and all. It's not going to go under node module and read and each and every file under that, right? It is smart enough to understand what file I have to read to make the readme better. Right. See, the main thing is HTML, CSS file, configurations and all. Now I have captured the functionality. I'm extracting the install package and all. See, it is also searching the matching files. If there is an environment variable, if there is any license files are there, right? So it's going to match them. Now it is thinking and said I have enough to verify the details. Okay. So this is the last part, I guess. It is currently checking the README file and let's see what outcome we get. Okay. So as you can see, it created this readme content. Okay, so it was supposed to save in that specific readme file. You see, this is how it is going to structure it properly. Then I hit this command save this. So it is trying to save this readme content, and as you can see we still have this old readme file. And if I scroll down a little bit, it says I cannot write to the files in the session right now because only read tools are available. Okay, so why this happening, right? So if you notice the README generator agent that we just created, see what option we have allowed to this agent. See, only read and search. There is no tool that says that you can update or modify any file, right? So this is the magic of the agent. So when you build an agent, you can actually specify what kind of tools it should use, right? Whether you might want to build an agent, right? So let's say QA test case generator. Okay, so you have a project and you want to generate a test cases for that, right? You just have want that agent to review the code and add a specific files, right? There might be a different agent that should only supposed to read the file. So this is how you can specify it. Now the next thing is what I can do. I can ask the copilot to allow for that agent to save the files. For that, what I can do, go to the readme agent, then put comma, then you can type and it will automatically display all the permission that you can do. Okay. So now here's the thing, edit, create directory, create file. I will just simplify edit the permission. Okay. So edit tools I have added. Now I will again run this command. Okay. Or either you have two options. You can copy this one, you can put in a new command, or you can restore from here, restore checkpoint. Okay. So I will do this. Now, as you can see, I will save the generated project specific file into this folder and keep generating the data. So see, whenever you build an agent, don't just suppose that it will work as expected, right? As I said earlier, when that agent is created, we have to check in this properly, right? If this is something that you are trying very first time, then you will not get direct understanding like what these files are, why this file is written in this way, right? The description is there, name is there. So whenever there are some system that we have to have some kind of standardization setup, right? So that's why these things are there. Once you eventually get to know what agents are, how to create those, what GitHub Copilot, how things are working behind the scene, you will be easily do this part. Okay. Now let's see. It is saved the README file and it added 188 lines. I will keep this. I'll go here and let's see the preview. This is the to-do app. features it added, this is the tech stack, these are the prerequisites. See, these are the installation steps. So general development stuff actually, configurations, how we can start a development server, and this is the important part. What are dependencies are there, right? What are the manifest, development manifest, and all everything. It also write the proper project structure as well. Like this is the to do, this is our main folder, these are dependency files, these are our main project files, these are the architectural note, troubleshooting step, contributor, blah blah blah. Okay. If you want to modify anything, right, you can modify directly in the README file, because see, this is a text file only. But if you want to use this agent and you want to make it very use case specific, then you can have this agent and you can have it globally set up. So doesn't matter which folder or workspace you are in, you can use this agent at any time. The goal of the agent should be task specific only. Don't just think that you will build a single agent that will do everything for you. Like if you are planning, I will build a single agent that will generate a README file as well, that will generate a test cases, that will generate architecture plan, LLD documents, everything. You might get a result, but that's not a good way, right? Because the task of the agent is for a specific, right? Just to give an example, like if you want to buy a car, you will go to car dealership agent, not the real estate one, right? If you want to buy a house, you will go to real estate agent, not the car one. So this is how the agent concept is working, right? So try these things out. If you think that if there is some concept that I missed in this, definitely ask me in comments and I'll be happy to answer them. Also, one point I have to cover, if you build multiple agents, you don't have to wait for one agent to execute and finish its start. You can create a multiple chat sessions like this one, and if, assuming you have three agents, just run the first agent here, second agent, third agent here, right? But you have to make sure that the files and things they are working, right? They are not conflicting with each other. So README generator is not going to make any changes in my code, right? Because the instruction that I set up it that way. QA generator, it will generate a test cases, right? But if you are building an agent, code review agent, right? And it is something that you are allowing it to change the code. And if you are at the same time you are running those two agents, that will conflict and that's not a good practice at all. Okay. So I hope you understand this concept of the agents. Thank you.